I'm curious if you saw Senator Ted Cruz when he was being interviewed by the English newscaster about guns in America, and basically just ran away because he couldn't answer.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, some of these electeds just run out of either Fox News or NRA talking points. And when you started saying Ted Cruz, I was like, which one? Because we've seen like five horrific examples of Ted Cruz saying outrageously insensitive and unreasonable things. I mean, we're talking about the same person who ran to Cancun when his community was impacted, I think twice, right? So it wasn't only COVID; it was also the power
Power
outage
grid
in the winter, right?
But Ted Cruz can't keep the Ted Cruz momentum without all of that money.
Well, all the money and all the fear mongering, right? Because that's we've seen the proliferation of weapons and weapon ownership and the militarization of these weapons, all based on not so subtle race baiting and fear mongering that everyone from the government down to the house cleaner is out to get them. And unfortunately, there's politicians that, it's interesting. I was talking to somebody earlier today in relation to where we are in politics. I was reminded of a story I was told that when the articles of impeachment, one of them, it's hard to keep track which ones at this point, against the former president, that we'll say a leader made a comment, something to the effect of, the greatest danger to the country at the time wasn't so much the president, but the fact that there were so many elected officials in Congress who could not see a future for themselves out of office. And that was going to influence the way that they voted on this constitutional crisis. And I think I've never forgotten that. And all through this election, I've been running for nearly a year. I think about that. I think about my commitment to being a steward and a public servant that is never motivated by whether or not this will cost me my seat, but whether or not we can make a difference. And I think too many people all up and down the ballot are so concerned. So it is so impossible for them to imagine a future where they are not in a seat of power or in an elected office, that is the driving motivator behind their votes.
Is there a term limit on the office you're running for?
Yes, it's 3 4-year terms for 12 years, and I honestly think that I've been asked a lot. When we talk about the big issues facing the state of California, and I start giving answers, interviewers will immediately start saying, "Well, what about this lobby? And what about that lobby? And what about this corporation entity?" And I'll say, look, I think with these term limits, they're going to have to realize very quickly that those of us that are coming in will quickly ascend to leadership positions, that their buddies are all going away, and that if they want to play in the state of California, the fifth largest economy, they're going to have to play well, and in the interest of Californians, and that's very exciting. I think it gives us, we have a tremendous bargaining power as the state of California, and we should be working with partners and building partnerships with people who want to build a more equitable, just, and green future.
You want to give us a quick status on how the campaign is going?
I mean,
you must be doing it right. You're exhausted. You're doing it right.
This is the period. Again, I've been running for a year, and this is the period that, as a first-time candidate, you dream of. It's when people actually want to see you and want you to come to things, and are excited about you. And it is a very beautiful, inspiring thing that definitely comes with a lot of responsibility, especially in a position like mine where I'm guaranteed to go to the general, and one of us will be the next senator for this new district. We're currently leading in an effort to unseat the chair of the Republican Senate caucus in California as a first-time challenger. So it's just absolutely tremendous. But there are so many variables, and like everything in my life, I take nothing for granted. So that was my reaction. It's just like, how do you process leading? How do you process being so close to being able to deliver for these voters? How do you process the fact that everything could go, south in a second? I guess we do things exactly the same way we did 1 year ago, and that we did yesterday until it's over. And then we get to actually deliver. And that's very exciting.
Well, I have moved in all my chips. It's all on Rocha. We should give another shout out to the campaign website for anyone who wants to send you a couple bucks. It's Rocha, Rocha, rochaforsenate.com. And I'm going to give the Twitter handle too, because you're very active there. It's Joseph_C_Rocha. And I did find one other tweet on there that I felt very much encapsulated who you are. Being of service is how I've made sense of the hardships in my life. Having a hand in preventing others from experiencing these hardships is how I heal. I feel the same way, but I've never been able to express it as eloquently as you did there. And I know that that is really you. And I'm really hoping this guy has the balls to debate you, because I can't wait to see that happen. I think you're going to clean the floor with him. As always, thank you for talking with me. I appreciate all the hard work you're putting in, and I've just been loving watching the trajectory of your campaign. It has just really exploded in the last couple of months, so it's really cool to see. Joseph Rocha, running for District 40, State Senate, California. Thanks so much for talking with me today.